Hello and welcome. My name is John. I'm the current Secretary General of the Model United Nations Club. In this video, we will be discussing general guidelines for the conference. To ensure a smooth experience for all participants, we have set some guidelines to be followed in the conference. When you join Model United Nations, you will be assigned to represent a certain country. This country does not necessarily have to be the same as your country of origin or your country of nationality. It is very likely that the country you will be representing is not the same as where you are from. For example, in my case, as an Egyptian citizen, I have never represented the Arab Republic of Egypt in any conference. It's likely going to be the same case with you, where you will rarely, if ever, represent your own country. This is normal. The more countries we have in the conference, the more we learn and the more we benefit. Remember to speak from your assigned country's perspective on the topics at hand. Do research that lines up with their view and take their side, even if you are personally opposed to their side, or even if your country of origin opposes their view. Remember, in the conference, you're the delegate of X country. You're not representing your personal viewpoint. In keeping with the theme of the conference, we request that all participants use formal language in the session. Try to follow standard English conventions wherever possible. Avoid slang, avoid using inappropriate language, and if you're unsure of what qualifies as inappropriate language, you can carry out a simple test. Think about the word you want to say. If you would be fine saying it in front of your family or before a court, that word would generally be considered appropriate for use in a Model United Nations conference. Personal pronouns such as I, me, he, she, etc. are not allowed in the session. Remember that you are representing your respective countries, not yourself. Assuming someone called Tiberius Constantine joins the club and is assigned to represent Germany, Tiberius Constantine would be addressed as the delegate of Germany in the session. He would not be addressed as Tiberius Constantine. So if I were giving a speech and I wished to quote Tiberius Constantine, I would say, the delegate of my country, X, would like to quote the delegate of Germany on Y point. The chairperson should be addressed as Mr. or Mrs. or Honorable Chairperson, and the same goes for the deputy chairperson. There is an exception to the rule regarding pronouns that you could say our government or my government to discuss the actions of your government that you're representing. Some comments in a Model United Nations conference are unacceptable. Avoid making racist statements like the citizens of X country are barbarians, as such statements disturb the peace and hurt the feelings of others. Note that certain actions can indeed be called barbaric, like certain crimes against humanity. That said, you should never say or insinuate that a certain race or country is barbaric. Additionally, you should avoid making ad hominem attacks. These are attacks that go or directly insult another delegate or their personality. An example of this is saying, the delegate of X is ugly. That's an ad hominem attack, and it doesn't really add anything to the conversation. It merely flares up tensions. Avoid making these comments. You can obviously go against other countries and their actions, you can even rival a certain country, but do not cross the line by saying something inappropriate or racist. In Model United Nations, speaking is turn-based. Avoid interrupting other people whenever possible. For a delegate to speak, the delegate should raise their placard and be recognized by the dais before speaking. A placard is a piece of paper with the name of the country on it. It might also have the flag. Make sure to never start a physical fight with another person. Such an act would indeed be barbaric. In Model United Nations, we would like everyone to have the best experience and to have a safe and enjoyable time. To do so, we have set these guidelines. Respect one another. You have more in common than you think. You're both students, you're probably both delegates, and it's important to keep our similarities and what unites us in mind. Lastly, make sure to keep a cool head. Even if your assigned country is being attacked, remember that they are the ones being attacked. You're actually safe from the fire. Please note that no offense is intended to any party in setting or discussing these guidelines.